Hi, you join me back here with yet another video. First of all, betting tip, my next best for the weekend would be get a treble on, get on Arsenal, Celtic and Rangers. It's about time. Arsenal show what they're worth there, and they're playing a team that's in the relegation zone as well. Today's beers, I decided to get a case of Foster's right there. And also, no excuse to have a bud. And this video is, personally, one sec guys. Just me being a slow coach as normal. This bit is going to be the best footballer I've met and the worst footballer I've met and like the mediocrest I've met. The best I've ever met is Sean Maloney, who used to play for Celtic. He's a genuine man, he keeps his word and a lot to show for his career. When he says he's going to give you his shirt, when I first sort of met him the first time, he sort of seen it as a fan's perspective and meant the same kindness. So Sean Maloney is definitely the best and he's had a great career. My idol is Danny Ward, the Welsh goalkeeper, the Leicester goalkeeper. I decided to obviously get some Aberdeen merchandise signed. I sent him a letter to the training ground, which is absolutely nothing to them guys, to you, mate, no matter who it is. Anyway, it came off at Preston. It was a cold night, so just to introduce myself, you have to be quick like Danny. Came up from Aberdeen, mate. What a player you was, so and so, all that sort of talk. Oh yeah, is there any chance for your gloves, mate? And he gave me a wink. I'll see what I can do. In fact, I think it was just maybe. So, what can you take of that, mate, when you spend a couple £100 for the game? Not a very lot. So I was thinking, should we wait till the end of the game tonight? When you're there with my young man, which is a dad, and you're there freezing during the game, you're thinking, and there went nothing in it. The game, it's the season when Huddersfield got promoted, it was 1-1. Just sitting in the cold waiting for that guy's gloves with a small bet on and a dog bet at night, it just don't give you much confidence to wait. So anyway, after the game, waiting about an hour and a half for some guy, for Danny Ward to come out, you're thinking, right, is he a clown or does he keep his word? Clown. So I says, hi Danny mate, do you remember the gloves? So he came out to his so-called paparazzi model girlfriend, and he just says, no mate, there's nothing he can do. I was like, okay, sound fair enough. Is there any chance for it when you play against Blackburn or something like that? Of course mate, he winked. So, no, he didn't even say of course, he just winked, so. Anyway, that's fair. So what I did was I catched him when he come off the team coach. Had to be quick again. Like I spoke to you at Preston, mate. I asked for your glove. You says I can have it tonight. And he just sort of laughed and smiled and nodded his head, walked in. Catched him at the tunnel when he was out testing the pitch. He just winked, so I thought, I shouted him over for his attention, he just winked, so I sounded him over to sign some Aberdeen merchandise and introduce myself, and I asked you for your gloves at Preston, and now we're here at Blackburn, you said I could have them, and he says, he remembers me from Preston, you'll see what he can do. So instead of asking him being too cheeky, I didn't want to invade the guy's space, I asked him again, so I said, should it be okay for tonight? He didn't snap, which was good, but he's nothing forthcoming with that man, so he was like, oh, I'll see what I can do tonight. So when he's there training, I didn't really want to shout and annoy his preparations. I thought they just run in anyway, mate. Of course, I can understand that, but they sort of need drilled into their heads about a million times. Like most normal working guys would need one tell and tell you straight, but they have you coming back to every game over the stadia. So anyway, after the end of the game, waited an hour and a half for him. My dad was the young man was trying to get some Blackburn Rovers shirts. He came out at night, so I had my Aberdeen hat on just to try and build up the chances of not getting his gloves. I would say he's my idol. I mean, you know, a grown man to a grown man, you'd expect a sort of deal there if you want. Anyway, he came out, oh, sorry, mate, nothing I can do about it. I was like, well, fair enough, there is nothing you can do about it if it's all kitted up in a bag, but there is a way, as a professional goalkeeper, you can take them gloves if you really wanted to do a fan a treat. So I was like, oh, is there any chance for it at Wigan, mate? Oh, of course, mate. And you see him walking down the street later on with his Gucci. Just a complete waste of time. That's all you can say. So, that's Danny Ward for you. And the worst I've ever met is Charlie Mulgrew. I thought he was a likeable guy, I mean, back in the supporters coach back in the days. I was asked who would I like to see back here at Celtic in a minute. I was like, Charlie Mulgrew. And I mean, I took the banter off it because I was like, oh, he's had his chance. And right enough, he signed on a free, he got his chance. He does seem a genuine guy that would keep his word. I used to get him at Parkhead, like his well, to sign Celtic memorabilia, take a photo, you know, just all that, mate, when you're waiting for your mates. And anyway, he came out once, he was inundated, he did take enough photos, I can understand that, he was taking so much photos, I can understand, you will get away from it and come back in next game and do it, of course, I understand that. But there was some lad and lady there who goes to the training ground, sort of maybe 4 times, whenever they can, and just huge fans, that's all they are, huge fans, it helps to contribute to that club, paying a wage, paying the bills, whatever, they're big fans. Oh, big man, can you sign this? And he's just like he's so fair pushed to like stop his goal. He says, "Oh, we stopped and you just carried on. Why did you?" And he laughed as much as, "Oh, that happens." It's not a thing to do to your fans, genuinely, but The way I can see it was maybe they were there all the time and he stops all the time. He's thinking, oh, not today, like, haha, I'll get you next time, which is complete sad from a grown man. But I kind of just excuse that as ways. The man could be busy, and if he does it every day, you're entitled to let your hair back for a day or two. I can understand that. Anyway, he seemed okay, so he signed for Blackburn. I thought, well, I quite like this guy. Let's ask a prodigal son shirt. So, in October, a freezing day at Blackburn, he came in at 12:30, trying to get away from near enough any fan he's seen, like he was in a bit of a rush, which was a little bit strange. I thought, oh, don't tell me he's a clown. So anyway, he came in. Hi, Charlie, how you doing, pal, all that. Any chance for your shirt, Charlie? Oh yeah, no worries, boys. End of the season. I was thinking, well, you can proper do it before the end of the season, but if you're a man that keeps your word, I could just about understand that, but he would have to keep his word. So we went up to him again in March. This was a game of absolute sogging rain. I said, hi Charlie, remember us? You maybe don't, but we asked for your shirt in October for so and so, and is there any chance for it? Oh, aye, no worries, mate. The last game of the season, but remember me going in. You have to remember me going in. We think, well, that's what a normal lad would say. Remember me going in, because you see too much faces, and who am I but just a face, mate? I'm absolutely nothing to him. I understand that, so we have to remind him. And he was carrying lots of boots, so I said, all right, Charlie, no worries, pal. Hail, hail, big man, stuff like that. And the last game of the season, running in, which is weird to get away from home fans when you've Nantes to play for. And anyway, he walked in. Oh, hey, Charlie, remember the shirt? And he said, aye, and ran in. It's like, whoa. I mean, that was too fast. He ran in. And at the end of the game, he came out with his Blackburn Rovers hoodie. He is now a journeyman. And looked about him. There were some fans that came up from Dundee thinking he was Andrea Pirlo. And basically, he came out, no shirt. And I thought, oh, has he secretly got it in his hoodie? Like, here you go, boys. And so me and a young man approached him civilly. Hi, Sooty. As much as I, Charlie, you remember the shirt? Oh, I get it to my son. Don't speak so much. Utter rubbish, Charlie, mate. I mean, you've got all 46 games to get. So I just said, oh, I and walked away, because, I mean, I'm not going to start to carry on, but what an utter clown. And also, what he did was, when Celtic won the title at Fairhill or Maryhill, anyway, they won it at Partick Thistle. I think that was 3 in a row at the time. There was a mini pitch invasion from Celtic fans, you know, a local Glasgow away day, just excited. And there was a young lad asking for his shirt, so at the Celtic jersey, he picked it up, instead of just throwing it to the wee man, just like, here you are, pal, threw it in the ground, and that's a cup winner's jersey. I thought that was strange, but yeah, he goes down as a... In a way, I sort of like him. But yeah, it's the best, the worst I've met. So the best I've ever met is Sean Maloney. My idol is Danny Ward, but I mean, wow, just a waste of time. And Sean... Even sitting in PhD Rose NZ, I don't stand watching. I love a football completely. So that's it.